Yo, what's good, YouTube? Y'all already know, man. It's your boy, LeBron, female rapper Lee. I am back with another video. So, look, you already know the drill. If you're new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Please make sure that you hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time that I go live. So, look, today, Ari Lenox is talking about her fear of flying. So, she posted this to her Instagram stories and it said, "For my mental health and sanity, I will not be doing any shows that require me to fly. I cannot keep torturing myself with this huge fear of mine. It is literally destroying my health. Enough is enough. I'm so sorry to all are convinced by this. Don't know what this will mean for my career, but I just can't do it. On the plane to Minneapolis now. I'll be there. If there's any peers out there that know that, if there's any peers out any peers or anyone out there that knows of great hypnotherapists, therapists, or fear of flying solutions, I would be so grateful. I want to beat this." So, prayers up for Ari Lenox. Ari Lenox, what the Shade Room saying, they text, they says that she will not do shows that require her to fly. She explains that it's a huge fear of hers that is destroying her health. So I just want to say this. Listen, I can understand at the volume of being a celebrity and constantly have to be on an airplane all the time. Let me tell you this. I always listen to interviews from people, and one person who gave you some insight on this was Azealia Banks. She said when things changed when she dropped 212, it was like she was constantly on airplanes, and it was just like it was startling for her. So I can imagine. I'm gonna be honest with you. I fly maybe 2 to 3 times a year, and every time that I fly, I'm telling people I don't enjoy long road trips, so I only fly, right? But when I fly, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I love it. I'm not. I'm scared every time that I do it. And I think I just kind of muster up the fact that if it happens, and that my family will be okay if something does happen. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand, the volume that she's flying at. She's flying probably every day. This is Ari Lennox is the superstar. So it's like, she has shows, she has tours and stuff like that. Could you imagine having to fly from, say you got to go from Texas to Canada, or, you got to go to Canada to California, or you going from New York to Florida. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot sometimes. And then it's turbulence. And then it's just like, all right, imagine this, right? Say me, I'm going home to New York, right? That's one trip once in a year. So it's like, say I face some little bad turbulence on that trip. It's like, oh, okay, I ain't flying for a minute. But say you in their position and you're flying all the time. I could understand that. I could understand why she feels that way. Well, hopefully, Ari, I would say this. Don't give up on the flying, because I even, believe it or not, I have a fear of driving over high bridges and overpasses. But guess what I do? I keep pushing myself to do it because I don't want to stop, because then I feel like once you do that, then that fear becomes real. What I would tell you is drive to the shows that you can drive to, and then make sure that you try to keep taking planes, here and there. But if it's too much at a time, then, always have that alternative where you worked into your itinerary that if you need to, have a tour bus or whatever, sprinter or whatever it is that's going to bring you to those cities that's in between. But I don't think you should give up on flying. Fight your fear. You know what I mean? What I typically do when I fly, this is to anybody, and I'm going to tell you first, but first let me tell you what I used to do, and then I got out of this, right? All right. So say I knew I had a flight. Say I was flying out tomorrow morning, right? What I would do is I would stay up all night, pack all my stuff. Typically people pack days ahead. I pack the night of. So I wear myself out. I get all my stuff ready, packed. And then it's like 5 o'clock. I typically take early flights, right? I'm typically out of the airport 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I get the early flight, right? I want to get out. So I do that. So by the time I get to the airport, I would take a Benadryl. You know that Benadryl make you real wheezy, and then you're already tired. I'm telling you, by the time I used to sit down in that chair on the Southwest, I would be asleep by the time that plane take off. And that would be the most nervous. That would be I don't know. I don't like the takeoff because that gravity that pulls up, it makes me nervous. But once we up in the air, I'm good. And my favorite part, oddly, is landing, because I want to get back on the ground. I love seeing the plane getting lower and lower, and you feeling that feeling. It's a little nerve-wracking if it's turbulence, but I truly love the land, because it's like, get me on the ground. You know what I'm saying? But listen, on some real shit, I really understand Ari Lenox and her feelings. I think maybe, I know it might sound crazy, but maybe Azealia Banks can offer up something to her to deal with that, because I know that she was really busy. And I know Ari Lenox is probably busy in her own way too. But that airplane shit is not, listen. I remember even Lady LaShore, when she started getting busy around when Brush Your Teeth came out, she was like, yo, she came home from one flight. She said that turbulence was so bad she didn't want to fly again. But it's like, you got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Of course, none of us would want to go out that way in a fatality, but I just don't think that you should succumb to the fear of not flying. Just try to maybe stick it in there here and there and just try to drive. Like, listen, it's a bridge that's here in Houston. Oh God, it's a huge one. And every time I get near it, like, I get that feeling. And then once I get closer, I get excited. I'm just like, get over this fucking bridge. And I just get over it and I just be good. So, try to talk that shit to yourself. I talk myself through shit. Like, I'm not talking about stuff that's going to put you in a dangerous, not something that's putting you in direct danger. A flight is a flight. We don't know which flight is going to go down or up. I'm not talking about walk through a street that got loose pit bulls and just talk to yourself like, no, walk through the street. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I talk myself through stuff. Like, I push myself. If I know I got a little anxiety or something and I know that I hate going into a crowded store, I'll just take deep breaths. I'll get in and I'll get what I want to, and then I'll get out. I just work myself through stuff like that. So just try to work yourself. Just try to maybe do some things that are healing for you, that work for you before you get on flights. I learned from me, getting on flights and having a drink before the flight takes off does not work for me. It makes me too relaxed, and then when that gravity hits me, it startles me. So I like to have a drink once I get in the air. Having a drink before the flight does not work for me. I'm telling you, I don't like it. My anxiety is bad. So I can relate to Ari Lenox. So listen, this is your boy LeBron, female rapper lead. Let me know what you think about flying. Do you have a fear of flying? You know what I'm saying? Do you love flying? I don't, I'm going to say this like I said before. I don't hate flying, but I'm not driving. Wait, I don't hate flying. I don't love it. I don't love flying, but I'm not driving that long. You know what I'm saying? And I just put it in my head when I get in that plane and to get in the sky. I said, if anything happens to me, my family going to be good. Of course, I don't want to go out that way, but I'm not driving 24 hours to New York from Texas. You got me fucked up. That's a 3-hour flight. Let me go see my people real quick. And if I don't make it to them, Lord, just, I just hope I make it to heaven. You know what I'm saying? But listen, this is your boy LeBron, female rapper lead. I'm gonna get up out of here. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about flying. Do you have a fear of flying? Do you love flying? What do you do to talk yourself through things that you're nervous about? You know what I'm saying? I'm out. Peace.